Hello everyone, Tommy J here and welcome to Heroic Blackrock Mountain. So in this video we're going to be taking on Heroic Chromaggus and we're going to be doing it using this priest deck. Now, this priest deck is it's a bit weird. It's not 100% free to play because it does have two common cards in that double inner fire. I was going to say inner rage, inner fire. And then it has a few other weird interactions. So the inner fire in itself is quite nice because it combos with some free-to-play cards like Divine Spirit and Power Word Shield. And I mean, if you can get that on a Cleric late or, yeah, something like that, it can do you a lot of good. A lot of good. Now, there are a few Blackrock Mountain cards in here like Chromaggus, Emperor Thorazan, Resurrect, Hungry Dragon, but you will have unlocked them before you actually get to this anyway. So yeah, the deck has two commons in it. Anyway, there are some nice interactions with this deck. So it's got all 8 free-to-play Murloc cards in it, which are reasonable. I mean, they'll all die to a swipe, but they're good for holding the board early. And this deck also has Mind Vision. Now, this is definitely something that would take some insane luck. Well, not necessarily insane. It's starting with a Mind Vision, and then having about a 20-25% chance, depending on which turn you use it, to get his, what's it called? His Chromatic Dragonkin. Because he just casts spells willy-nilly. He doesn't care. And if you get one of those Dragonkin and can keep it alive, you've won the game, pretty much. Okay, I don't have any plays, which is ridiculous. So let's just see what he does. He's going to drop a Blackwing Technician, I'd say. Yep. On turn 1, he does one of 3 things. He will either coin out a Faerie Dragon, he will use Claw, or he will do nothing. Then on turn 2, he can take out a Chromatic Dragonkin, coin out a Blackwing, or he can just use the Faerie Dragon normally. Anyway, let's keep going. Turn 3, you're going to want to drop the, what's it called? Jeez, my brain's not working right now. Brood Affliction card. Turn 4, you're probably going to want to do the same, though. Having said that, if you do manage to Mind Vision that card that we want, then there's no need, because that card will feed off his spells and actually get massive almost immediately, which is really what you want. Turn 5, however, you do definitely want to drop it, because it makes all his minions cost 3 less. Now, unfortunately, I'm an idiot and dropped the charge minion, but he isn't attacking with it, so that's fine. Let's drop Thorazan, because on turn 6, that's the first turn where you can really just start stacking these Brood Affliction cards, because he's going to get a bunch of black cards. His hand's normally almost full by this stage, which means he's discarding and not really getting anything out of it anyway. There's the Chromatic Dragonkin that we wanted, unfortunately. And I am just full up with spells. Yeah, I have some terrible cards this time. Unfortunately, there isn't really too much I can do, because if I buff this to live through that, it's just going to kill it. I do have a Resurrect, so let's go for the Resurrect. Yeah, Thorazan, you beast. Let's Power Word Shield, see if we can get anything, since Power Word Shield is free. Let's Divine Spirit. Drop another Divine Spirit. Drop an Inner Fire. And you know what? Let's drop a Hungry Dragon and a Murloc Raider just because. So, 28-28, not bad. And I have a Mind Control next turn as well. Flame Strike. It's not going to be the biggest deal for me. Okay, so let's Mind Vision. Swipe. I'm going to kill that off, heal myself, and get rid of a few of these. What's the most efficient way? Let's get rid of the 3 and the 1. So I have this massive minion right now that is just making my hand better and better. unfortunately I don't really have much in my hand. If you can draw a Chromaggus and get to a stage like this, you're probably in a good spot. I'm probably going to mind control that. Black. Yeah, let's mind control it, particularly since we just got a second. Let's use green and start swinging. So Thaurissan. And we have another mind control. He's just used 7 of his mana on Flame Strike. He can't really deal with anything you buff. And I will admit, I've got pretty lucky with this run. I've done this a few times, actually, probably 10 to 15. I've gotten close a lot, but I've never had it get this clear cut before. However, there are a whole bunch of cards you can add to the deck that will really help you out. There is still the potential for me to lose as well. I've had him just do ridiculous things in his turn. I don't think I'll lose, but yeah, I could. No, okay, that's game. That is game right there. With some massive overkill by this 29-14 Emperor Thaurissan, who's really a card you do want to buff. Anyway. Yeah, so cards you want to add, particularly if you are going this Inner Fire deck, is anything with more health.
Were you impressed with yourself?
I am pretty impressed, because that was hard, and that did take me a fair few attempts. So yeah, ideally, you're going to want things like Deathlord, even a Shieldbearer. It's a 0/4, but it costs 1, and if you can get that 1 down and then buff it up, it's much cheaper than playing something like a Thaurissan like I did then and managing to buff it. I think it was just because of the spells he got out around those turns. Now, while I did this strat, there is also another one I was experimenting with, and it is amazing. Frankly, it is incredible. I almost got this down maybe 30% of the time using this strat. Now, the strat is to get a Mind Vision in your opening hand, use it, and get one of his 2/3 dragons. So the chromatic dragonkin, I think they're called. And every time he plays a spell, which he does without concern, it gets buffed, +2/+2, which means he can never kill it, because it starts out as a 2/3, so a Flame Strike or a Swipe won't finish it off, and he doesn't run things into it for some reason. Yeah, so if you can buff that, that's also a nice way to do this. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. If you want some extra cards to make this easier for yourself, have a look in the description because there will be a list. And yeah, if you want to watch some other Blackrock heroics, check on the channel, or there may be some links in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Tommy J. Have a good one.